Drake's next solo album could be his best one yet. Let me explain. I am not talking about Drake's joint album with Party Next Door that's dropping tomorrow. That's probably gonna be a good album. But what I am most excited about is Drake's next solo body of work. At one of his recent tour stops in Australia, Drake addressed the crowd and said that after the P&D tape, he would return to have a one-on-one talk with his fans. Drake's back is against the wall right now. Kendrick's Not Like Us just swept the Grammys and became the centerpiece for the most watched Super Bowl halftime show of all time. He has a chip on his shoulder, so it's the perfect time for one of his patented talks with his fans, which is how he usually describes projects where he's about to rap his ass off. This might sound strange, but in some ways, this L couldn't have come at a better time for Drake. Before the Kendrick beef, he was facing criticism about being less relatable the more time he spent on the top. Even Drake himself said that he's getting so rich his music's not even relatable on Churchill Downs. People were starting to get tired of his patented playbook. Now is the perfect time for Drake to lock himself in a room, light some Carby Musk, and channel all of his hate, grievances, and self-reflection into his bars. And look, it's unrealistic to think that Drake can't make another hit record after the rap war ended. Honestly, you're hating if you think he won't. In fact, his joint tape with Party will probably have a few joints that will put the boy back on the charts. And based on how Drake has responded after being wounded in rap battles in the past, that next solo tape might have some of the best rapping we've heard from him in a while. When he had his first small feud with The Weeknd back in 2015 after The Weeknd didn't sign the OVO, Drake dropped 5 AM in Toronto, which still stands as one of his best lyrical performances to date. After his loss to Pusha T in 2018, he returned with Scorpion, which had bar-heavy songs like Survival, 8 out of 10, and Is There More, which sounded like they were recorded shortly after the beef. And that album also had some of his biggest pop hits of his career, like In My Feelings and God's Plan. When he needed it most, he pulled out one of his biggest projects and got people back on his side. The fallout from that battle with Push lasted for the next few years, but every petty sneak diss that came after, like his verse on It's Only You freestyle, Omrieta, and Lemon Pepper freestyle, were all infused with a snarl that made them hit harder. Hell, even after pundits like Joe Budden criticized For All the Dogs for being too R&B heavy, Drake responded by delivering his Scary Hours Deluxe that had strong lyrical tracks like Stories About My Brother, Wickman, and Evil Ways with J. Cole. Look, the point is, in the face of defeat, Drake knows how to bar the up and make some great music. And if he's saying he wants to have a one-on-one conversation with his fans on his next solo album, it sounds like he's ready to remind people that his pen still works at an elite level. This kind of reminds me of like Hov right before he dropped The Blueprint, or Nas right before Stillmatic. I'm not saying he's gonna drop a whole classic, but the heat of battle tends to sharpen rappers of a certain pedigree. So don't count him out just yet. Complex, I'm Jordan Rose. Peace.